Well, hello, ladies. Welcome to the third episode of the Successful Woman Podcast, where we're living what? Come on, say it with me. Bold and whole from the inside out. Yes, I'm your girl, Lady T, on the mic. Mic check. And so anyway, for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, welcome, sis. We are so glad to have you. And for those of you who are returning and who have subscribed to this channel, can I just say thank you so much? Thank you so much. I'm glad that there is something that is being said to your hearts that made you want to come back, you know what I mean, and hear more and be a part of this. I'm just glad that you're here. I really am. So anyway, of course, before I always get started with what we have for today, I always want to give a round of applause to all of my women of work. Come on, all my sisters, you made it through another week. You're still moving, you're still going, you still have your health, strength, you still alive. I thank God for your life. I really, really do. And I'm so glad that you're here and I'm so thankful for you. So bravo, ladies. I salute you and I celebrate you on today. And guess what? It's Love Day weekend. Yeah, it is in these pandemic streets. And so listen, love is all in the air, and from my heart to yours, ladies, I love you with the love of the Lord. For those of you who are married, have a wonderful and a special weekend. For those of us who are singles, all the single ladies, come on, give me a little shoulders. Single ladies, hey, I'm going to give you a gospel version for the saints that's joining in. All the single ladies, come on. Yes. That way, we keep it balanced. But all the single ladies, of course, y'all do something special for yourself. Normally on Love Day, because your girl, I'm single, and guess what? I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being single. I'll be, of course, thankful and excited when God decides he wants to bless me with that man of God that he has for me. But guess what? I'm patiently waiting. I'm not trying to rush into anything that is not from God. So anyway, in the meantime, I'm walking in purpose and I'm walking in the things of God, and I'm enjoying life. I'm learning to enjoy life. And so with that being said, normally on Valentine's Day, I send myself flowers. Come on. I get my nails done, you know what I mean? And all of that. But listen, if you in the Texas area, it's cold in these pandemic streets. So no, I'm not going anywhere. I didn't get any flowers delivered to me this year just because I don't know if it's still icy out there like it was earlier this week. So guess what? I'm just going to enjoy a good meal, one of my favorites, and just relax and enjoy, and find me a great movie and just enjoy. So that's my plans for today. So like I said, ladies, do something special for you today. You know what I mean? Love on you today. But again, from my heart to yours, I love you with the love of the Lord, and I'm thankful for your life. So I have something special to say to your hearts today. Y'all ready? Come on, lift up both hands if you're ready. Lift them up. Yes. So let's get right into it. This is going to be Step Into Success Part 2. The last podcast was Part 1. And remember, we kind of ran out of time on the last one. So today I want to pick up where I left off, and then I have something to add to that is going to, I believe, is going to just activate you even the more. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, because all of this, I believe, is especially for you that are tuning in. And so let's go right into it. But first, y'all know your girl, I'm a music girl, right? I love all things music. So if y'all don't mind, excuse me while I cue my band. I got the acoustic guitar. I love an acoustic guitar any day. So I'm going to cue my band, because last time it helped me to kind of flow, the way I needed to. So I'm going to get that started and we're going to flow. Excuse me. All right, let's go. All right. So last week, like I said, we talked about stepping into success. for the ones that are just joining us, if you can go back to the last podcast, I'm going to kind of go through what I started out with, but I won't expound on the ones that we were able to expound on last week because I want to keep going today and be considerate of your time. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the ones we've already gone through, and the ones that I really want to dig in a little bit deeper today, those are the ones I'm going to expound a little bit more on and go into the added things that I have for you today. Okay, so in order to really step into success, ladies, we learned that we have to be brave, right? We got to be brave. We got to have courage. And so a part of being brave is this: you have to be selective. And like I said, I'm going right over these. You have to be selective. Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. You have to activate your vision. Now, this is one I talked about last week. But can I just stop, if y'all don't mind, ladies, for those of you who were with me last week, if y'all can just give me a moment for those that are tuning in this time around. I really want them to join in on this. I feel so heavily about this part, activating your vision, because listen, in these pandemic streets, right, especially last year, a lot may have occurred with some of our sisters, with some of us, right? Some of us may have lost our jobs. Some of us may be in between jobs. Some of us, you know what I mean, may have just, you know, was trying to make ends meet. It was just a lot going on, right? And it could have, you know, it could have shifted you mentally. I don't know the case or the situation, but listen, I am here today to activate your vision again. I want you to see yourself. If you're in that place where you feel like you're stagnant, where you feel like, you know what I mean, there's no way out of, you know, whatever the situation is, and you know it, you want it to be better, I want to activate your vision today. Because if you can see yourself, come on, if you can see yourself out of that, if you can see yourself better, if you can see yourself strong, if you can see yourself in that place of peace, if you can see yourself walking into a career move, maybe this is a time for a career move, who knows, you know what I mean? But if you can see yourself doing it, then you can have it, you can obtain it, you can, you know what I mean? You can obtain it, you can have it. It could be yours. And so what I want to do right now is activate your vision on today. See yourself, okay? See yourself better and in a better position this year, okay? So I just wanted to take the time to do that. I want to, and like I said, with that being said, this is where we pick up. I'm sorry. This is where we pick up. I kind of got lost in that because I know it's someone that needed to hear that. You know what I mean? They may have lost their vision last year, and you know, and what has happened and what has gone on. But I believe if you receive that today, you have been activated. Your vision has been activated. So this is what we're going to pick up on. To continue to be brave as we step into success is to value your time. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? No reason to go real in depth with that. But ladies, I want you to value your time. You know what I mean? Value who you surround yourself with. Value and where, you know, value your time. You know what I mean? If you have people around you that are adding, you know, that are contributing to your life, and they're not just take, you know what I mean? Great. But still, like I said, balance out your time. Balance out family time. Balance out you time. Balance out, you know, time with just you and the kids. Balance out, you know what I mean, time for you to really dig into your career if you're looking into a career move. Balance out the time, you know what I mean, to maybe structure and organize even your house. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to go, I don't want to get ahead of myself because that's some of the juicy stuff that's coming later, right? And so I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I want you to start to value your time and what you spend time on, because your time is important. Time is valuable, you know, and it's something that you need to consider, you know what I mean, in the days ahead, how you spend your time. All right. The next one is excel in, excuse me while I get my song back. It's excel in being your authentic self. So, question, how do you excel in something? Ladies, y'all so smart. Y'all are intelligent ladies. That's a good question. How do you excel in something? Guess what? You practice. You have to practice. And so you remember when I said, we have to be brave, have courage, and be intentional. All right? As we're stepping into success. So you practice. What do I practice? That's another good question. Got an answer for you. One of the things you need to practice doing is practice seeing yourself wealthy. Come on, I'm coming right out the bag. Practice seeing yourself wealthy. And if you really think about it, ladies, what is wealthy? What is wealth? True wealth is healthy, being healthy. And what's the trend now? Self-care, right? Self-care, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, balancing. I just finished talking about that, so there's no reason for me to, dig into that more. But balancing, being whole, and here's the biggie, being money wise. Being wise with your money and how you spend. That's being wealthy. That's true wealth. Okay? You know what I mean? And we got to get out of this place where, we spend more on the tangible and invest more in the tangible than we invest in ourselves. Come on. That's out of balance. Because when you get through paying, thousands of dollars for the Louis Vuitton, how is life for you? Let's go ahead and be honest about it. When you're done buying the whole outfit, the boots, the shoes, the whole nine. And and I'm not saying that, don't shop, ladies, don't, do things for you. Please do. I'm all about that. But what I'm saying is when we don't spend wisely, when we don't treat our money and be wise with it so that we can invest in the things that we need to, including ourselves, including, our dreams, including the things for our children. If you have kids, single moms, all of that. You have, in order to be wealthy, true wealth are those things: healthy, whole, money wise. Okay? So practice seeing yourself wealthy. Practice that. Practice enjoying life. Come on, I know we've been having to be creative in these pandemic streets, right? Got your mask on and all of that. And so we're having to be creative on how we enjoy and spend time with our loved ones. And and some of us, we've had to be careful because we have to social distance and all of that, all of those things. But here's the thing, ladies, I want you to practice enjoying life. I'm talking to somebody. It's been a minute since you've had joy. It's been a minute since you've had a sense of peace. It's been a minute since you've gone into your happy place. Some of you may not even know what your happy place is. Come on, practice that. Practice taking some time to think about those things. What is my happy place? You know what I mean? Practice getting back into a place where, if you're spiritual, your prayer time. Your prayer time is it's a biggie. Like it's a standard in the kingdom of God. Prayer, prayer is your strength. Prayer is your source. It's your main line, to heaven and to God. And so that's something you have to make sure that you're including in your day. It says pray. The scripture says pray about everything. Everything. And when I say peace is something most people don't have. You know what I mean? And let me tell you something about me. Come on, because y'all are learning a lot about me each time, right? Me, when it comes to my peace, if anything or anybody costs me coming out of my place of peace, you're too expensive. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. And so we have to come to that place as the successful women that we are, to where we protect our peace. And if there's anything and anybody that does that pulls us out of that place, and sometimes it's not intentional, sometimes it's not deliberate, but you have to be able to identify and you have to be able to move accordingly, if that makes sense. This is a part of, come on, ladies, this is a part of being bold. Come on. Got to make some decisions. And so we got to come to that place. But I want you to practice enjoying life. Practice smiling. Practice, seeing yourself and enjoying life, And that's, like I said, for those who may not have tried prayer, try it. Pray, and ask God, hey, God, I haven't, had peace in a while. I haven't had joy in a while. I feel like I'm just going through the motions. I feel like every day looks the same. Can you help me? You know what I mean? Find what makes me happy so I can begin to enjoy life. And the last thing, practice seeing your self-worth. Practice seeing your self-worth. How do I do this? Great question. First, you have to unlearn some things. You have to uproot some things. And you have to declutter. Clear the clutter. I'll say it again. You got to unlearn some things, uproot some things, and clear the clutter. That's first. And those are the first steps. And to really practice seeing your self-worth. Because what you have to do is get those things out of the way so you can see clear who you really are. The characteristics that really make you you. That amazing you that you are. You see what I'm saying? So those are certain steps. Because some of us, let's talk about a little bit of love on Love Day. It's Love Day weekend. Might as well, right? Now, if I can just say this before I make my point. The love of Christ is what's made me whole. The love of Christ is so unconditional. Like, it's not contingent on if what I do or don't do. His love is never ending. It's never failing. It's perfect. And it casts out all fear. Come on, I'm speaking truth here. And I love God. God's love is the perfect example for me. I'm sharing with you what's working for me and what has worked for me. That's all I'm doing. I'm sharing with you what's worked for me. The love of Christ has worked for me. And it's cause for me to see me the way he sees me. And guess what? He says I'm above only. Come on. And never beneath. So which means I shouldn't ever feel like a failure. I shouldn't ever feel like, defeated. I shouldn't ever feel like I'm not enough. I shouldn't ever feel like unworthy. I shouldn't feel that way. Why? Because he said that I'm above only. And so I trust what he says. Because his track record with me is, it's seamless. It's like I don't even have a word for it. And so I said all of that to say, ladies, I want you to practice and I want you to do that. You're seeing your self-worth and you have to unlearn some of the things. You may have seen love in a certain way. You may have been raised by just your mom or your dad or your grandmother. You may have, or some of you may have been raised by both of your parents, which is great. You know what I mean? It's all great. But all in all, your parents and people around you, they've shown you, a certain type of love. And it, like I said, I'm not negating what type of love that they've shown you, because it could be the best love ever. I have parents, they've shown me the best love ever. But they did the best that they could. But guess what? I had to learn what I had to learn my love language, if that makes sense. How many of you out there know your love language? How many, you know what I mean? If you don't know your love language, go to Google University. Come on. Google.com and look up love languages. Because ladies, guess what? For your purposes, you should know your love language. You should know that, because that's going to help you in other relationships. That's going to help you, you know what I mean, when you begin to date. That's going to help you in a lot of areas. So I would advise, if you don't know your love languages, I would say like your top two, what they are, that's your homework. That's your homework until we meet again. What is your love language? My love language is quality time. And it's a tie between words of affirmation and acts of service. And like I said, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, just Google it. The 5 love languages, read about it, and see where what love languages speak to you. And that's something that you should begin to take into, your different relationships and even with how you make certain decisions. It just helps. It helps you. You know what I'm saying? So, but those are my top 2, and I'm glad that I took the time to really understand what they are. So, like I said, if you're dating someone, that's a good conversation point. You know what I mean? That y'all could do together and see, how that flows. But just for your own personal, reference, that's good to know. So with that being said, take the steps, unlearn some things. You may have been shown love one way, but there's, maybe it wasn't the best way. And you just need to redefine that as well. What does love really look like? How is love is supposed to feel, like caring and sharing. It's supposed to be, great. Love as an action. You know what I mean? And so uproot some things, take those things out that caused you to not trust, all of those things that may be blocking true love from even coming to you. Come on, single ladies. I know that we're, this Valentine's Day, yes, we're single, but like I said, this is the time to get to know you. This is a time where you can begin to just uproot those things so you won't block when that right one comes. You don't have blockages, from the love and the things that he really wants to share with you. Okay? And ladies, listen. When you're bold about it, you'll make the effort. You'll make the effort. These steps that I'm telling you and admonishing you to do, you'll make the effort. Come on. We're going from excuses to exceptional. I'm going to say that again. We're going from excuses to exceptional. I'm going to say it one more time. We're going from excuses to exceptional. Why? Because it's time. It's time. We've lived there long enough. We've lived beneath long enough. Come on. When I say beneath, I'm saying beneath what we really deserve or what we're really supposed to be experiencing. We've been there long enough. Today is a new day, and I hope that you will make the effort to do these things, to consider these things, to factor these things in. That's why I send even the wow factors each week. And for those of you who may not know, my Facebook page is Confident Cafe. Confident Cafe on Facebook. You can join us. I send out wow factors, and the wow means woman of worth. And it's just for you to factor those into your day. Factor those into your life, so that we can continue to live bold and whole from the inside out. Because we're changing the narrative. Come on. This is a major move. And whole is the new goal. Come on. Y'all know it. And so if you're with it, if you're in this with me, because I'm in it with you. I'm in it to win it. And there's so much more, I believe, to come. If we just can walk this out together, I believe this is major. This is a major move. This is a life-changing move. This is a turning point for some of us. And I believe that, hey, on the other side, it's going to be great. And it is great. And you're going to understand even the more that you've been packaged with greatness. So this is all I have. I know I went a little bit over. But ladies, listen. What I have for you is something that I want to share with your heart. And it's something that I'm very passionate about. So it may take a little bit of time. I try not to take up too much of your time. But sometimes I want to make sure I get it all out to you. And so the last thing I want to say is that my goal is for us, women of worth, My goal is for us to become so confident about who and whose we are that we never ever second guess our identity ever again. We never ever second guess our true worth and value ever again. That when we walk in the room, guess what? We shift the atmosphere just by walking in. Come on, the light just shines when we walk in. Come on, I want us to get to that place. That place where we stand strong, anchored, and we're ready to move into our prospective places and passions and purposes. Even, and we're going to do it together. And we're going to celebrate one another. Okay? This is where I want us to come to. And the thing about that, ladies, is when we understand our true identity, it will help us to override a lot of the wrong decisions. Come on. I just hit you with that one. When you truly understand your true worth, your true value, your true identity, your true authentic self, it'll override all kinds of bad decisions, all kinds of bad relationships. You'll have this little radar that nope. You know what I mean? Because now you understand. You're fully aware of who you are. That's the place I want us to get to. And be unapologetic about it. Come on. We're bold and whole from the inside out. All right? So that's all I have for you, ladies. You have to understand knowing your worth is worth you knowing. And by the way, if you would like to, I'm sorry, I had my book here, but obviously I have moved it. But that's the subtitle of my book, Why Knowing Your Worth is Worth You Knowing, because it is. And it goes more in depth about just discovering your characteristics, and it's, like I said, it's interactive, it's not long, and it's a recipe that will begin to stir up some things in you. I truly believe that. So if you want to go and purchase that, you can go to my website, confidentcafe.com. That's confidentcafe.com. And even if you want additional information about me or anything, you can also view that on my website at confidentcafe.com. Well, ladies, this is what I have for you. I know I went a little bit over the time, but I really do pray that this was helpful. I pray that this activated and stirred up some things in you on this Love Day weekend. And so, listen, this is all I have. I look forward to the next time that we meet. Until then, you all have a wonderful weekend. Like I said, ladies, treat yourself to something nice, to something sweet, to something special. And from my heart to yours, I love you. And I thank God for your life. All right, ladies. Well, as we go out, whole is the new goal. And so I will see you next time.